What's up, guys? This is Jeff here. Today it's Saturday, January the 4th. Yesterday was actually the second trading day in the new year of 2025. I hope everybody enjoyed Friday. You know, in my live broadcasting, I always say it's a time for Happy Friday, right? A lot of people know that. I guess yesterday was a true Happy Friday for basically a lot of us, right? The three major indexes were up quite a bit. Nasdaq was up 1.77%, which is, talking about index itself, is actually a lot. So, if you really want to know the reasons or logic behind that significant increase, I would say none, right? I don't want to make up any big reasons to tell you why Friday was up so much. I would just say, the same thing that I said during my live broadcasting during the marketing hours, right? There was no significant reasons. There was no significant change on the fundamentals of the market right now. I would just say, in the past 4 or 5 days, the major indexes had a consecutive losing days in a row, right? And then I guess it's just the marketing behaviors that, after 4 or 5 losing sessions in a row, then Friday was a good time to bounce up. If you look at bigger picture, there was no major change on economy or monetary policy. There was no change on, world politician side. Nothing really scared the market. So after a few days in a row, losing quite a bit, then Friday was a natural bounce up. Is this bounce up gonna happen, in next week? Let's hold our breath for a while, right? I guess it's just too early to call, because the whole, let's say, the mode of the market, they don't really want to do quite significantly in either ways. I mean, going up or going down, right? Before January the 20th, which is a critical moment. Before that, the market may decide to kind of go up to either celebrate or welcome Trump's administration, because as we mentioned before, right, a lot of institutes, a number of countries, they already expressed their positive opinion, their positive expectations, for the new Trump administration after they start to lead United States as the president and same time manage both the Senate and the House. They expect a lot of economy heavy policies will be issued, and they would expect a lot easier to approve those economy policies in the Senate and the House because they all under Trump's management, right? So I would say, for the time being, the market may just fluctuate a little bit, not so much, not quite high or quite low, just kind of kill the time and wait for the January 20th. So look at our account. I know you guys are quite curious about our account performance last Friday. As you can see, at the end of the first trading day of the year, we were down like 2,600. And right now we are only down a little over than 500, right? We are, so it's $149,482 right now in my account, which is pretty good day for me as well last Friday. And if you look at individual stocks performance, there were only a couple of stocks went down specifically for Unity. After 9% increase, at Thursday, there was kind of correction of the price last Friday. It was a bumpy day actually for Unity. At the beginning of the sessions, it dropped quickly, and there was no any trading activities for me on Unity during that first hours. And then it kind of stable, and that made me feel a little more comfortable, right? I understand the correction here because for most of the stocks, which went up significantly in previous trading session, there would be some selling pressures to realize the benefit. So for the most of the time during the day, it was quite stable. and went up a little bit, not so much, but stable and then going up a little bit. So I didn't really trade anything on Unity. As a matter of fact, I didn't trade anything Friday because everything was smooth. Nothing really caught my concern, or I didn't really see so much like kind of in short term or day trade opportunities. Another stock that make me lose some money is cruise lines. Carnival Cruise Lines lost a little over than 2.5%. But given the fact that the whole industry was a little down, especially in the situation that for this industry has been up so much in the past 6 months, I'm not so concerned about it at all. But other than Unity and Carnivals, all the other individual stocks made me earn something, right? I would say Cydios, the biggest contributors in the first trading day at Thursday, gave me a really hard time, right? Basically lost 40%. If we look at over trading activities, then you can see I bought some, not so much, 800 shares. After it lost, let's say 30%, 33%, if I remember it correctly. It was up nearly 9%, close to the price that I bought at Thursday, which is good, right? I did sell some of the Cydios in my other accounts. I think I mentioned that in my live broadcasting, as well as my membership channel. But I didn't really sell anything on this specific account. I just want to call it out. So, even though I bought some, even though I didn't sell yesterday, but some selling activities did happen in my other accounts, just to realize quick trading benefits, right? And then for some other stocks, I have to say, yesterday was more like semiconductor-led going up trend, right? NVIDIA leading the industry, and some stocks like MU for me also was up like nearly 3%, which is definitely good. I'm not concerned overall about MU at all, even though in the recent earning season, MU reported somewhat kind of disappointed result. I had very detailed explanations about the earning report. If you guys is interested, you are definitely welcome to watch back my live broadcasting when I talk about all of the details about MU's earning report, right? So overall, I'm not concerned at all about the current price for MU, and I do expect in the long run, MU would give me a lot of return on investment, right? So Chinese stock market was a little positive at their Friday. So as the consequence of that, YN was up like a little over 4%, which is also normal. As I mentioned before, nothing like major actually took place last Friday for Chinese market, Hong Kong market. I guess everything is about waiting for the end or the time approaching to Chinese New Year, when traditionally, they will launch some new economy policies. Finger crossed. Let's wait for that. Other than that, I would say a little bit about the iron industry, the basic industrial materials, whatever you call it. Most of people, I guess, call it basic materials, right? I would talk about that a little bit because there was a big news regarding the acquisition of X, which is American Steel. Biden, as the current president, rejected the acquisition deal again, which I guess is good overall for the country. But by having this block took place this Friday, the entire industry was down at the beginning of the trading session, very much, right? If you look at X, it was down like 7%, 8%. And one potential bearer of X, if you still recall, which is CLF, was also down. But then, basically when major indexes went up, the price of the individual iron stocks also went up a little bit. And for this industry, it's already been down like significantly for the entire month of December. I guess there's not a surprise that people think this industry would benefit from Trump administration. So do I lose my hope on this industry? No. Do I have any plan to buy iron stocks at lower price recently? Yes, I do. Right? I didn't really buy any yesterday, but I would pay very close attention on this industry, on this, CLF or NUE, those stocks. I would pay close attention to them. If I feel it's good enough or it has some signals sending out, the old decline has been stopped and about to be, increasing, very near to January 20th, I may do some trading. I may buy some, but we will discuss that trading activities when it happens, right? So other than that, I think yesterday was just a good trading day. The value of the account went up. Hopefully, sometime next week, overall account can, go over like 150,000, which means we start to make more money. Quite looking forward to the training session at next Monday. For sure, I will recap my account performance at the end of the Monday, and hopefully you guys, can still, enjoy this video and follow up with me with any questions if you have, or as I said before, recommendations, suggestions. Okay, this is pretty much for today. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Subscribe if you haven't, and leave me comments if you want. I will see you next Monday.